introduce Mr. Chaudhary, Dr. Chaudhary. He is the chairman of Control Union and Inspection and Certifications India Private Limited. He is a postgraduate and doctorate in agricultural operations and related sciences. He is also a certified trainer in chemical residues, an optimistic personality with an outlook for better serving this world with his innovations. So with this, we welcome Dr. Chaudhary.
Hello.
Once again, welcome Dr. Chaudhary, and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the sustainable world. Respected dignitaries of the today's functions, my gurus here, and my dear colleagues and friends of these kids' universities. Before going to this presentation, I would like to say that we are just 4.5 billion hours space that we have created till today. So looking to this scenario, we have 70% of the water in the earth and only 30% is preserved for us. So this 30% you are going to share with plant, human and animal kingdom. There the sustainability starts. So today I am going to speak about how sustainability has become a part of life and how certification has become a necklace to get more income out of the industries. We are Control Union. We are formerly known as SCAL International. We are basically from Dutch government. So now SCAL is the official certification body in Netherlands and the international part is called Control Union. So we have been associated with more than 300 standards on sustainability and we have created a lot of private standards and how this standard has gone more effectively. So we are present in almost 70 countries and we are 100 years old company and we are just conferred as Royal Control Union in Netherlands. So I told that this world is moving with time and space and we need to talk about what is happening, whether it is a war zone or whether it is a climatic impact that is happening from the world. So this is a thought of the day. When you talk that how the textile sector transforms in India, how the food sector, how the real estate sector has transformed to India, this has created havoc. The real estate that has taken the space of the animal and plant kingdom that has become more concern. As Mr. Sekhar talked about regenerative agriculture. So we have thinking that how we can sustain in this earth. Cotton is one of the deadliest crop which has consumed more than 35 types of pesticides and with 14 to 16 sprays that has created havoc. So coming to that, how the certification has taken a big place in this earth. What is the global demand and how certification has been formulated to a legal entity. Anything that is sold in US, Europe or any Western countries, there is a legal identity called organic. So any organic that could be fraudulent can be challenged in the court of law. Similarly, recycle can be challenged in the court of law. So there are two sustainability that has come and ruled to the earth will be organic and recycle in the future. And in between organic and conventional, you will see the sustainable certifications that will make a huge impact in the future industries. I will give some example that I started my career on organic industry from scientific zone, where I was a feed scientist, and we started first organic cotton in the year 1998. And the organic cotton, after getting the certifications, now lot of entity like Nike, Adidas, C&A, H&M has made this produce. So today India is not because of BT cotton is exporting, it is because of the organic entity that has been made 4 to 5 million export that has been happened. It has created impact in human life. Today, if you talk about organic, you have organic socks, you have organic footwear, we have developed the organic shoes, the organic leather, the organic food, organic meat. So this has created a lot of energies in the sector. How the organic happens, what certification does. So this certification comes from the government entities. So wherever organic that respect to the field. So we are not certifying exactly what the system says. We are certifying the land and the production system that is going to be. So any products that is grown in the certified land with a certified process will be called certified organic. So in this process, if you see that the first standard is formed in the year 2002. So in 1995, Indian International Federation for Organic Agriculture Movement has created the standards. When in the Silent Spring, we saw that the mother milk is contaminated. The first born child, which is coming from the mother's womb, is going to take a first drop of the milk, which is contaminated with pesticides. That was the created havoc, and that's what the certification system started from IFOAM. In the year 2002, Indian government started national program for organic productions. In 1992, European Union started organic productions. In 1994, US took into actions. In 1998, Japan took into actions. So all the organic system, what this scenario is looking is that is a government system. So in this government system, what you find that these logos are very much important. If you find that anything that happens with the European system, they will take a legal entity and you have a big claim to be produced. The recent information that has been happened with the Indian system is called ETO, ethylene oxide, and the radiation technology that is put to reduce the bacterial loads, salmonella in the food chain. So you cannot fade out from the organic system. So this is called country regulations. So any country, if any products going to US, has to form US norms, that is called USDA NOP. If any country is going to export to Europe, they have to form the EUC norm, European Economic Council norms. Similarly, from India, this is called NPOP. So these country standards is very, very important. If somebody is going to sell to Japan, they have to form the Japanese agriculture system. And the basics of the system is that every land has to be virgin and has to be started with organic productions. If it is not virgin, then they have to start from a 0 year, and there are 3 years of conversion period in the certification standard to continue. How do you know that? Now, in the system, you have 700 plus pesticides can be analyzed with a single run, and that is easily detectable. There are machines that has come in $30,000, which can detect more than 700 pesticides with a single touch, positive or negative. There is a GMO PCR technology that has been come, which can tell you that whether GMO or non-GMO. So this sector, so organic does not allow any GMO. So genetic modification, whether GMO, BT cotton, soybean or canola, which has been identified as genetic modification, cannot be accepted in the organic system. So my dear friends, the pesticide and GMO is not placed in the organic system. So now coming to this system, that after the organic is happening, what is going to happen to the next world? Can organic sustain to this world? Organic is just 1% in the world nutrition. By doing organic, you can get 5% to 300% increase in the cost. So today we have organic foam, bedding foam, organic condoms, organic leathers, organic shoes, organic hair dyes. So anywhere you tell that bath mats, towels, you can find organics. The reason is that people have thought that by doing organic, you are doing a lot of climate change that is possible. The SDG 17 goals can be found out in a better way in organic system. So in organic system, you have an individual farming system, you have a group farming systems, you have a processor and trader and wild connections. In Orissa, when I came in 2002, I am the son of the soil. I found that the some of the soil has not been exploited, like Baud, Fulbani and all the region. We started first organic certification in 2001 in Odisha, and the organic turmeric that is expected to explore from Orissa was 300 times. That took the revenue. There was a farming called Kosam farming in Fulbani that has made a havoc to increase the business scenario in Orissa. So by doing organic, your value addition is very much important. Today, thyme oil, chive oil, oregano, what you are eating on pizza, all becomes from organic. Your sauce, that Kisan sauce and all this that's coming from some system is called organic because the fruits is organic. So organic plus value addition for fair trade system where the farmer is getting more money is catching more money in the market. So US and Europe and other Western countries is catching the market of organic and fair trade systems, and you are getting a premium. So by doing a certification, by following the organic practices, the income of the farmers is getting up. So in India, you have got two systems. One is PGS. In PGS system, farmers certify other farmers. It is very cheap system, and one can do that. It is under the NCF, National Center of Organic Farming, and this system is very easy. You need not to spend more money. But in case of other system like NPOP, EU and NOP, you have got 32 CB under the Ministry of Commerce, that is APEDA, and you can find those CBs. So there are 5 to 7 international CB like us who are in the export process. So these are little bit expensive, but value added. So you have got a lot of certification system where certification starts from application. You have an offer letter, then visit to the farmers. And as per the regulation, we do the auditing system. And after the auditing, we give a verification system and testing system. And after the testing system, we issue a certificate. And for every transaction, you need a certificate to be put, or else the authenticity of organic cannot be happen. Traceability is one of the important system in certification system, from the farm to fashion, farm to fiber, farm to food. So traceability is more important in case of certifications. So while doing, we do a techno certification program, whether you talk about soil biomass, soil organic matter or soil microorganisms, that is also tested in the regenerative system. So I told you we have got more than 300 programs, including regenerative agricultures, climate smart agricultures, carbon positive agriculture, carbon neutral agriculture. These are the system which will be talking in the future of the world. So these are the system is international system. I told that EU for European Union, US, USDA for US, and for JAS for Japanese agriculture system. And this is all governed by the government. The certification body like us get accreditation from the government systems. PGS again is government. Jaivik Bharat is operated under the FOSSAI system, and we have in India. So anybody who is planning to have their own starting point as an entrepreneurship should start thinking about what certification they need. So you have got 3 kinds of certification. One is technical, second is social, third is environmental certifications. In technical, you need to all go through this kind of certifications. In social, you have to go through ILO recommendations. So you have got BSI, you have got SA 8000, you have got ETI. So this kind of certification is available on social front. So whether farmer is socially exploited or not, whether child labor is implemented or not, whether the working system more than 60 hours per week is done or not, is there any women's harassment in the system or not? These are called social system of certifications. In environmental system, we do certification like waste, water, energy, and carbon footprints. So first we look to the footprints, that how the evaluation of the products from the cradle to cradle, cradle to grave, this has been done. There is a systematic calculations of the carbon, energy, water, and waste footprint. So this footprint is very, very important. So you can see in terms of Higg index or numbering system, how the footprint is evaluated in the certification system. Apart from that, in environmental system, we look for the environmental management, whether wastewater has been generated, has gone to the earth ecosystem or not, whether there is impact on environmental, so environmental impact assessment. There are also a lot of impact like financial impact assessment that has been done in environmental sector. So you can see that the LCA that has been done, life cycle assessment for the product, will give a beautiful value about the SDG goals. So today we have got more than 100 standards, which is talking about climate smart agriculture, carbon positive agriculture, carbon negative agriculture, and also regenerative agriculture. So one of the rice system, what you shown, sir, we are doing under sustainable rice platform. There is a called SRP system. By doing SRP system, the company like Zawat has increased their revenues 10 to 15%, and they're getting a premium of 30% in the society. So this is called government regulated certification, which is required for the industries, and this need a soil. So there are certification also talks about soilless farming. You have got Aquafina, you have got nutrient agriculture. So this kind of also certification can be done. Greenhouse agriculture. There are spirulina aquatic agriculture. There are animal certification like milk, cheese, ghee, all can be certified on that animal. Similarly, in the wild certification, you have amla. You have got a lot of nutraceutical materials. So today, if you look in the India, lot of nutraceutical material has been certified by us. So more than 400, 500 nutraceutical materials is going to abroad from India, which has got more value. They are doing almost 300% increase in profit because of. So take about the turmeric that is going in the form of curcumin. There are turmeric oil is going to cosmetics. So you have organic cosmetics in place. You have organic belt in place. So there are a lot of materials. These are all governed by government standards. Then there are private standards. So these private standards make a big impact. So in the system, you have got textile exchange, you have organic exchange, you have got GOTS, Global Organic Textile Standards. So these are all the NGOs or the government bodies in US, Europe, Australia, and some of the Middle East countries who have formed some of the standards. So these standards is giving 3 pillars of certifications. So basically for a certification, you have a certification body like us, you have a retailer, and you have a standard owner, and you have a supply chain. So this way the certification regulates in the whole world. So a certification body form a certification system where a standard owner makes a standard published with a governing body. And the retailer, they have a confidence on a certification body and a standard owner, and the supply chain goes from the source to sink. So what we see that in sustainable certification, we want a better planet, better communities, and better business. So for sustainability, if you go to Google, you can see 4 to 5 million definition on sustainability. How you measure the sustainability? So the pillars of sustainability is called about environmental protections, social equity, and economical viability. So with these 3 pillars, we make more than 200 industry-based standards. Like last 5 months, I might have made more than 10 standards, which is ruling in the world. One of the standard I did in 2006 called Global Recycle Standard. This Global Recycle Standard is talking about plastic, which is getting recycled back. In plastic also, you'll see ocean-bound plastic. The plastic which is going to ocean, creating microplastic, and it is coming to the food chain in aquatic sector, and that is getting dangerous. So we have written a standard called ocean-bound plastic. So you have wool. Wool is from animal, and this wool is getting recycled back. By recycling the technology, you are saving the time, you are saving the money, and you are saving the earth. So recycle will be the future for the country. And if you do a recycling today, the price of plastic from 2 rupees in 2002, it has gone to 65 rupees in this country. And from plastic, we are getting beautiful jackets, beautiful recycled materials like t-shirts, like Nike, Adidas, which are doing 100% plastic. And you are also getting the ocean-bound plastic shoes by Nike. And this was all started by us. So you have got plastic, you have got wool, you have got fiber. So you throw your garments, and once the garment is thrown, we torn into places, shredded. And these fibers can be again regenerated or refurbished, and you can get a new again item. So that put pressure, less pressure on the earth. So similarly, we have nylon, who is thrown by the fisherman. There are fishing nets. So nylons is getting recycled, again coming back. Like this, recycle technology is getting more popular. So in this recycle of water, recycle of plastics, recycle of papers. So this is going to make, and we are making environmental impact, and the SDG goals is getting calculated, and you will get money in terms of carbon credit, you will get money in terms of water credit, you will get money in terms of waste credit. So these are the footprint challenge that is coming ahead. So for anything what you do, if you measure on the impact and you give a value and you give a sustainability measure in terms of certifications with a third-party validity, then you get a good money and your business will be more sustainable and you can look better for the impact on the environment. So these are the sustainable 17 goals that has been put. So all our standards in sustainability is prepared based on the sustainable development goal. Recently, after the London summit or Copenhagen summits, the sustainable goal has been more impact. So organic and recycled materials is calculated in terms of the impact on the 17 SDG goals. So we have a calculation method which talks about the 17 sustainable goal, and we measure the efficiency and we give a value for that. And based on that, the buyers is going to pay you money based on the SDG goals or impact assessment. So we see resource optimization, social inclusion, value addition, and sustainable manufacturing, environmental hazard mitigations. By doing this, you make impact for any product that you do and you make a good business. I hope my presentation is conformed to people, planet, and profit, and we all should be part of this sustainable goal. I thank you for listening this small presentation. I thank you.
Very nice talk. So you want to say something?
Yeah. Again, so besides being a co-chair, I'm also a cotton farmer. I have been growing cotton since 1985. My simple question is, way back in 1985, I was using to control bollworms. I used this spray formulation of BT, Bacillus thuringiensis curtis. I suppose it is accepted under organic farming system. Is it so?
Yes.
Yeah.
So microbial formulation is accepted.
Yeah, it is accepted. But when it is accepted, I really wonder. A lot of my farmer friends, they grow BT cotton using, without using any chemicals because there is no need to spray any kind of insecticide. So my, on behalf of the farmers, I feel, farmers who are growing BT cotton without using any chemicals, because BT is already accepted under your organic system. So why not?
BT is not accepted in organic.
No,
system.
but however, BT spray formulation is accepted.
Yes.
Yeah, the same gene is put into that. And that is one question that I have in my mind. Even last year, I have this, I made this vermicompost using using the shredder. I made into small billets of my BT cotton plant, and I produced a lot of these vermicompost. I'm using it in my rice crop and other crops. So again, it's after all a soil-based bacterium. That is one question. And most of our farmers, second question is it's something different. Most of our farmers are smaller marginal farmers having fragmented lands. So if, for instance, one farmer, he may be having 1 acre surrounded by different farmers, 3 or 4 farmers. If that particular farmer X, he wants to practice organic farming, then what happens? He has to irrigate the field, by passing the water through another farmer's field. So how do you certify in such cases?
Sir, as you have rightly said that BT or genetic modification in any crop is not allowed in organic. So this is the law of the land, law of the country, and law of the organic, which is formed by the government bodies. Because that is a philanthropic approach, I don't want to debate BT is why it is not accepted. So for BT, like GM crops, we have got sustainability. So there is a BCI called Better Cotton Initiative, which also accept the BT as a sustainable crop, not as an organic crop. So you can do BCI for those crops which is under genetic modification, and you can sell that products. Second thing, that when what we call it as contaminations. So contamination is one of the important steps in certifications. So in contamination, when it pass through one place, so we look to the slope of the land, we look to the various spray, and we look to the various contamination as a risk assessment. So anybody who is spraying to the next field, if there is a drift and there is no border crop, then we do not do. So if there is a good kind of burnt with good border crop, then we accept that as organic. Yes, sir. Sir, your question. Sir, question.
Is there any question from audience? Yeah. Please. You are audible enough, sir. Please go ahead.
Follow up from Mr. Ravichandran's intervention. I think it's, I'm a complete believer in some of the principles of organic, but how to achieve those ends that the principles demand is where I have difference of opinion. Reducing pesticides, I think these are all things which I completely accept. The process can be different. Now, organic certification is very important, because then you can distinguish between genuine products which have gone through the real process and fakes, where a label is used more for marketing purposes, can be distinguished from the genuine products. But I am afraid sometimes this certification process itself is sometimes used for marketing promotion and also to mislead. I can give you some examples. Now, this is not truly organic. For example, when you market vegetable oils, for example, there will be a big banner which says cholesterol free, certified cholesterol free. It is like selling, I am selling cucumber, which is pork free or meat free. So because cholesterol is not produced in plant systems, you will have fatty acids, which only when animals ingest them in their bodies based on their genetic makeup, it is converted into cholesterol. So like that, I just wanted to point out, you mentioned that 700 pesticides can be analyzed. I was just Googling, because there's a pesticide database registry for India. So there may be a impression that, okay, we are using 700 pesticides. 200 and odd pesticides have been registered in the history of India, ever since the pesticide registry came into being. 104 of them are the ones, this pesticide includes not just insecticides, it includes fungicide, herbicides, everything together. 104 of them are manufactured and used in Indian agriculture. So it gives a totally different picture when you say 700 can be analyzed and saying actually that we need to analyze only 104.
You have a very good question.
No, 1 second. So let me just finish this. So these are, I think, how does an organization like yours prevent misuse of the certification products process? I'm sure you must be aware of some of these issues. How does it, what are the steps that you take to prevent misuse, to use it as a marketing gimmick? That is number one. The second question is, I think we heard from the DGICAR that India is one of the major exporter of agricultural products, because you said certification in the context of export to Europe and other things. What proportion of the total, that is, if I remember right, he said about $45 billion worth of agricultural commodities are exported outside India. What proportion, or in value terms, what value of agricultural products exports of this 45 billion is actually organically certified products? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Your first question was that when I told 700 plus pesticides that has been analyzed, it is not pesticide alone. We understand that organochlorine, organophosphorus, synthetic pyrethroids and carbamates, these are the major group of pesticides that is getting analyzed. And you also know, sir, that there are metabolites, there are different compounds that also comes to the chain. So the metabolite, suppose DDT has got 6. Yes. 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 So when it comes as a metabolites, then you have got several, like DDT have got several metabolites. So basically pesticides, when it is applied, there is a half-life period and you have got metabolites formulation. So most of the earlier days, people who were not identifying that even somebody spray pesticide, that cannot be detected because it has been converted to metabolites after a safe waiting period. That is number one. Then fumigating agents. So you have got fumigation also. No, sir. No, sir. If you see amida and all, there are metabolites are specific with mass. So that does not matter actually. For us, the matter is that whether any chemical application to the agriculture system has been done or not, which is carcinogenic, which is so much toxic. That is in organic history, the sum of the pesticides or metabolites that is analyzed should not be exceed 0.001 mg per kg. You can imagine, sir, the impact of pesticides. So you have got a lot of antibiotics and pesticides that is listed under the EU and NOP regulations. In the annex of the regulation, all these pesticides and metabolites has been done. And fumigants has been established. And that's what I'm telling, 700 plus pesticide test is conducted in Europe. Chemical, yeah, yes, chemical residues, I can say that. Sir, I've told that Europe is testing 500 plus to 7. Yes. So actually organic is just less than 1% of the total global exports. So any countries is doing 2 to 3 maximum. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Chaudhary, and